Dikatakan bahawa matahari akan terbit daripada barat. Sebenarnya matahari yang terbit di barat, kalau kita kaji, ialah berkenaan dengan Syiah Islam yang semakin aktif di negara ini. Terdapat dua kuasa yang cuba menaluki negara ini, iaitu Napoleon dan Hitler. Kedua-duanya menggunakan senjata untuk menaliki bangsa ini, dan kedua-duanya gagal. Ini yang sedang dilakukan oleh Jemaah Ahmadiyah, iaitu berjihad menggunakan jihad intelektual. Bukan dengan jihad senjata, tapi jihad dengan menggunakan jihad intelektual untuk menaluki bangsa ini. Kenapa Jemaah Ahmadiyah menggunakan jihad intelektual untuk menaluki bangsa ini? Kerana Jemaah Ahmadiyah memahami siapa itu Dajjal. Sebab Rasulullah SAW bersabda bahawa untuk mengetahui Dajjal, bacalah 10 surah pertama, surah Al-Kahfi. Dalam surah ini, dalam ayat 4, mengatakan bahawa golongan yang mempercayai Tuhan itu memiliki anak. Dan siapakah golongan yang mempercayai Tuhan itu memiliki anak? Kalau bukan umat Kristian yang melambangkan salib. Itu sebabnya baginda Rasulullah SAW juga mengatakan bahawa nanti Imam Mahdi dan Nabi Isa yang akan membunuh Dajjal, mematahkan salib dan membunuh babi. Dan jika kita kaji permasalahan ini, ternyata ini tepat terhadap bangsa dan masyarakat di barat, terutamanya di UK. Mereka adalah Dajjal, dan mereka lah yang beragama Kristian, dan mereka lah yang mempunyai sifat seperti babi yang tidak tahu malu. Bayangkanlah, jika bangsa ini menjadi umat Islam, sudah tentu mereka akan mainkan peranan untuk mengangkat martabat Islam. Itulah sebab dikatakan bahawa akhir zaman memang sedang akan berlaku, iaitu zaman kelemahan, zaman kemunduran umat Islam akan berakhir. Kerana umat Islam akan digantikan dengan bangsa yang kuat, bangsa yang bermaruah, bangsa yang berdisiplin. Dengan kekuatan orang-orang barat ini, sudah tentu akan menaikkan semangat umat Islam yang lain untuk sama-sama membangunkan Islam di seluruh dunia.
Добро пожаловать на Джалса Саланов.
Welcome to Jalsa Salana.
अच्छा हाँ वो जरूर लिखना
Singapore.
Pilih foto TikTok.
अच्छा फोटो kemana kira buah dulu
Ini Abu.
nah bapaknya
Pemimpin original for Malaysia.
Let's go second. All right then.
I've never been to the States before. In Europe, there's a lot of rumors about Öyle de Amerika oldu.
जिस कौम में वहदत अखुवत हो जिस कौम में मोहब्बत मराबत हो जिस कौम में वहदत अखुवत हो जिस कौम में कदम चूमेगी उसके फतह मुबीन निज़ाम खिलाफत हो जिस कौम में तेरी जुबान वो तेरा हाथ है तेरी जुबान वो तेरा हाथ है मसरूर तेरे खुदा साथ है तेरे हक में दस्ते दुआ बेशुमार लाखों करोड़ों तेरे गम गुसार तेरे हक में दस्ते दुआ बेशुमार लाखों करोड़
Persoalannya sekarang, apakah usaha kita untuk mengislamkan masyarakat di Barat? Seperti yang saya katakan tadi, kita sebenarnya berjihad. Berjihad bukannya peperangan, tapi jihad intelektual. Jika dalam peperangan kita memerlukan senjata dan kubu, maka dalam jihad intelektual kita perlukan masjid. Dan kita perlu mencetak Al-Quran ke dalam terjemahan dalam bahasa Inggeris supaya masyarakat Barat dapat mengenal Islam. Dan kita perlu menghantar pendakwah untuk berdakwah di Barat. Dan bukan saja hanya menghantar, mereka harus tinggal di sini, bergaul dengan masyarakat Barat dan menyebarkan keindahan Islam.
तेरी जुबान वो तेरा हाथ है मसरूर तेरे खुदा साथ है गए दिन के होते थे मजबूर हम अमनो अमा से बहुत दूर हम गए दिन के होते थे मजबूर हम अमनो अमा से बहुत दूर हम पे खुदा की इनायत हुई बहुत रोए और अब है मसरूर हम तेरी जुबान वो तेरा हाथ है तेरी जुबान वो तेरा हाथ है मसरूर तेरे खुदा साथ है ऐ काश चरणों में आऊं तेरे अकीदत के मैं गीत गाऊं तेरे ऐ काश चरणों में आऊं तेरे अकीदत के मैं गीत गाऊं तेरे है इब्ने आदम की ये आरज़ू आका मैं कुर्बान जाऊं तेरे तेरी जुबान वो
Masyarakat Islam sebenarnya harus bersatu kalau mereka ingin mengembalikan zaman kegemilangan Islam, dan itu memerlukan khilafat. Hanya melalui khilafat sajalah jemaah Islam akan bersatu untuk mencapai kemenangan.
तू जहाँ है हमारी मर जाए अगर तुझे न चाहे ऐ शख्स तू जहाँ है हमारी मर जाए अगर तुझे न चाहे 100 बार मरे तो तेरी खातिर 100 बार जिए तो तुझको चाहे 100 बार जिए तो तुझको चाहे.
Time when Ahmadi Muslims from all over the world congregate to enhance their spirituality, brotherhood and allegiance to Khilafat.
Our new converts, the brothers that have joined the community, that's the first thing they say, that the experience of Jalsa is unbelievable. You cannot feel that spirituality anywhere in the world.
Jalsa Salana is a time of worship and contemplation, a time for reflection, an opportunity to meet fellow Ahmadis and create new friendships, a time for sharing, caring and being charitable.
you know, it's kind of like there's always these moments whenever you're having like a highly spiritual moment where you want to kind of hit the reset button a little bit and say, you know, can I start from scratch, you know, and try to build upon, you know, the good things that God has allowed me to do and work past the mistakes and the faults and to like iron these things out. And so it's like a clean slate type of feeling, you know, that like maybe I've been granted that forgiveness that I was so much seeking, right, along with everybody else. And whenever you get to share an experience like that, it's you know, it's a very humbling experience to share this in public. So also a lot of humility with it as well.
The performance of the Hajjat prayers advances the believer's perception of Allah to new heights. Rising in the early hours with the moon still peeping through the serenity of the night, Ahmadi Muslims silently line up to perform these voluntary prayers, whose virtue have been extolled in the Holy Quran.
Incredible. I came on Thursday, and on Friday morning I did Tahajjud, and I was in the front line, mashallah. I came very early. So when Hazur came and I was praying behind Hazur, I was very, very happy. I think I may have caught Hazur's eye when he kind of came in and saw me. It was very moving because the thing I remember is that the tears of Hazur, he's crying in his prayers, and the humility of Hazur, and he has the whole world on his shoulder, and he's, you know, the Amir al-Mu'mineen, the Khalifa of Allah, and here he is crying in front of Almighty God, and the humility of that man is incredible.
Salat worship at Jalsa Salana is all the more special as believers gather as one behind their beloved Imam, His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, to worship Allah the Almighty.
Offering prayers in such a large congregation is a special feeling. You know, I remember the first time I heard everybody drop down on these wood floors, and I had never prayed in such a large group, and it was, I don't know, it created like a type of awe to hear, you know, so many thousand people's knees hit the wood at the same time. And I always feel like a stronger charge whenever I'm praying in such a large group.
When I came here on Thursday, and I was very tired, and I lay down, and straight away, like, I had a dream. I felt like I was awake, and I saw that there was a river running through the whole area of clean, pristine water. And in Islam, that represents revelation and represents purity. And the spiritual experiences which you have here, it's as if the angels have descended from the earth. You're here for the sake of Allah. Kebangkitan Mahdi is like the garden of the Mahdi. It's real. Seeing the progression of Jamaat, the brotherhood, it's basically recharging your spiritual batteries.
The Bad ceremony is one of the most moving and inspirational features of Jalsa Salana. Every Ahmadi pledges their allegiance to the blessed institution of Khilafat-e Ahmadiyya. Linked together as one Jamaat, to one hand, Ahmadi Muslims affirm their commitment to 10 conditions of the Ba'ath.
This year's Jalsa, for a long time I've been researching about the promised Messiah and about whether I should accept the promised Messiah, if that's God's will for me, if that's what he wants me to do. And it's been building up to kind of a climax, and so with this Jalsa, I was able to take a bit of time and a bit of space and talk to God and feel like I was able to do that step for God. So I was positive. I just wanted to do it for God. I just wanted to do whatever was right for God. So I prayed a lot. Adina Sarat al-Mustaqim, just guide me down the straight path. And from that, then I just wanted to do it for God and not for anybody else, and not for any human being, and not for anything like that. And I felt comfortable and capable of doing that. So that's what I did.
The most memorable experience that I personally had was when I was 18, and I invited a good friend of mine to come to the Jalsa. He came, and without any expectation, on the final day, he said he wanted to join the community. And it was such a great shock to me personally, because there was no expectation of that. But he said, just by meeting the brothers from all around the world here at Jalsa, he said, I have to be part of this community.
The promised Messiah alayhi salam described Jalsa Salana as no ordinary gathering. Indeed, it is a journey of spiritual rediscovery and affirmation of faith and adherence to the will of Allah the Almighty.